open qualifiers, or sorry, open registry, and that's exactly what you want.
That's right. And then commend to CLG also for
This goes here.
inviting, right? So a couple of them is open brackets, but at least some of them were invited to at least see that competition, see top organizations coming into this one. So we want to thank the organizations for actually participating in this one too, just to show that they signed the right people, for one, continue to dominate the scene, and two, to grow the scene to see who are the up-and-comers. That being said, though, let's get ready for this second map. We are on bind in this best out of 3. One map under the belt in favor of TSM right now, who are playing on the defender side to start things off. Subrosa gets a one-tap to start things off against Mikhail, as they actually tried to pick up the orb early in the round. He does have a molly on top of that, but he's going to utilize the smoke instead, because the Sage is actually all across the map towards B, so he won't be able to get a heal. Effie's, though, is playing the Sage on the attacker side, and he's going to get one heal up there, so that's going to waste it down to a 45-second cooldown, while they're looking to split still towards this A-bomb site.
Oh, that's a big kill there coming in. And now we are going to see that 4v4, the re-execute coming out onto that A-bomb site here. And as Silva's Recon Bolt gets destroyed, you're seeing contact being made.
That's right, so a 4-on-4, trying to go long range here. They catch Hayes with an orb in his hands, but they can't get the kill. At least GMD does so onto 2, and Effie's onto 1. And Drone, a person that's been fragging early in this game, early in the series, is looking to clutch a 2 versus 1. He does have hot hands up. He does have one curveball. He hears a reload inside you, but they are spread across his bomb site right now, so it's going to be very hard for Drone to take it here.
Yeah.
So sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say this post-plant scenario is just not looking too good. Exactly like you were saying. I mean, Drone, look at the spread on these players right now. Drone can maybe pick up one, and even then he struggles to get that kill.
Oh,
Picking up a second. Okay, Alex.
He's got hot hands. He's got hot hands and a curveball. Take it across. Oh, and it's a double peek. Nice job there. They're spread across, but at least they're set up for the timer, right? You never saw them peek for information, and that was the right way to play it there for Gen.G.
Yeah. So pistol round on the board for Gen.G here, and I mean, as we move towards this next round, they need to keep 5 people alive. They need to start building that economy. They need to start making it happen for themselves. If they lose too many members here early on, Alex, it's just not what you want when we go into this late game. You don't want to be hurting for economy.
Now we'll see what's going to happen with TSM. They aren't going for an upgrade. Only a ghost in the hands of Drone, because he was able to get 2 kills. So we're really trying to look at that. They're rushing towards short. They go for a jump kill. They got 2 kills on top of that. Effie's going for a hat trick, forced to reload the Bulldog, and a 4th kill comes across.
Wow.
That was actually not bad.
Yeah.
4 kills per 3 on pistols only. Let's give it to them. Last one to go. It is going to be Drone inside elbow, though.
Yeah, Drone's definitely in the opportunity here to win this round. I mean, they'll be moving into the A-bomb site regardless, but at least Drone can pick up maybe one more kill. Alex, this is a very expensive round.
Yeah. So right now, at least they chose the right site to plant. So the spike will go down for spawn, so you could see them. Possibly sometimes you get a plant and you just double push towards spawn if you wanted to, cut the rotations. But they're just going to utilize cameras to cover up the site and double up inside you. So Drone, he's been a fragger before. He's running where he can pick up some weapons on top of that too. Yeah, it's okay that his position's given away too, because with the amount of time of that clock ticking, you have to make a lot of noise anyways. So he's just going to go for fragging power. Paint shells, a little bit too far away from him so far. Camera is up to tag him. Here, probably we're going to see them fall back, actually. Wow, I love that. Because you're always going to get tagged. At least he gets the kill there on it to GMD. Curveball to get the last kill, but Mikhail gets him blinded. But a great eco there for TSM. Sorry, I was going to say a great job to actually use that camera. Because you can't, you're always going to get tagged until you take out the dart, right? That got tagged onto you. So, great play. Great play.
This should do.
No, I mean, just even looking at that, still a great job out of Drone. I mean, all the members on Gen.G went down there. Look at the buy here. We're seeing 2 Bulldogs on what should be the first gun round. So, yeah. I mean, a very, very good eco round coming up from the TSM side.
And with that, they're going to try to test their waters into the B bomb site because they haven't had that chance yet. 2 rounds in a row, they decide to go towards A. This time they want to see how the B defenders play it. And it starts off with pushing Drone away from the window at Hookah from paint shells. but then he retakes control. So much utilities right now being utilized towards his side. Oh, he misses the curveball, unfortunately, so that gives his position away and no more element of surprise.
You gotta work on that arm, dude.
Well, at least he still manages to get the kill, so the arm throw is not there, but at least the trigger is. And he gets a double kill, 2 headshots, and both falling towards the hookah. He can fall back under window. He does this a lot. Control hookah, get kill, stay under window. And from that, the Sova drone, he gets 3 kills from that. Or sorry, 3 spots from that, so they know the 3 players are playing towards long B.
Yeah, this is great here. You're not seeing Gen.G really with much to work with. If they fall all the way back, look at where Brimstone is positioned. If they start heading into the site, well, they've got 4 members of TSM waiting for them, Alex. This round, well, it's over.
Yeah, and sorry, it was a recon arrow I meant to say, not a recon owl. I always screw up my Sova calls, but at least drone going for the ace, but it's stolen away by Wardell. Nice round there. That should put Gen.G on an eco into this round.
Oh, definitely. The previous round before they won this was way too expensive for them to have any money if they lost.
Yeah.
So full save now. That's going to give the opportunity for TSM now to start building some money. Cutler placing those tripwires right now as well.
This is scary, man.
Yes,
it's scary to choose this map versus TSM because they're so good at it. I mean, Drone, yes, he's top fragging a lot, but I've seen him excel a lot on Bind versus other maps that I've seen TSM play on.
So this saying to people who were saying that, well, we'll probably follow this round before I comment on that. We are seeing and then a recon drone coming out.
That's right. So Wardell is going to spot a few. He's going to go for shock darts towards that spawn. That's going to put player 1 to 10 HP. And even a molly on top of that. This is going to be huge right now. Very tough. And now with a recon arrow, that's 1-2, looking for a third. He only gets 2. So Broza steals 1, and finally a satchel charge to stop Wardell. But on their end, they've stopped the plant. They've already made it a 4 versus 1, and Sabroza picks up the last kill. So a 2-2 scoreline. And what was your comment here, Evan?
Oh man, I got lost in the round. I forgot what my comment was going to be actually.
It was me commenting on Drone before, so talking about TSM, how hard it is to play against them on Bind.
To be honest, I completely forgot what my comment. So
it's all good. We'll turn the page. We'll turn the page.
We'll turn the page. We'll come back there.
Yep.
Remember it later. But don't remember it right now. It's fine though.
Yeah. No, so as I was saying, like if Drone continuously frag towards his hookah side and hold that by himself, and he can, I think the best bet that they have is towards the A side. But I want to be proven wrong here. Gen.G looking to assert back towards his A side, and here's a cyber cage. They're gonna wait for that. He's gonna throw it as soon as it dissipates to try to see if he can find somebody, but no.
I know exactly.
Yeah, Caster's Curse. So Mikaela gets 2 kills. And even a neural theft gives the position away, so they're going to get that kill. GMD is stuck now on the ice, but Patrao charges away. That is such a huge play to stay alive. They're going to get the spike plant, and the last 2 guys are going to save on a 5 versus 2. So wasted ult, but a great play there from the satchel charge to run away from the Rays.
This round should go down fairly easily. Maybe a couple exits. We'll see how Gen.G actually approach it, but we're right back to exchanging rounds, Alex. These teams going head-to-head here. Another great round coming up from Gen.G. I mean, to be honest, it was a really risky play there coming out from Drone, too.
Yeah, definitely. A couple of people are asking in the chat, how did Wardell actually make it on the top of the APC? Because you kind of could do a boost, just depending on how the second player is positioned and where he's positioned. You could actually get some sort of like slide off jump to get onto the boxes to get onto the tug.
Get on the lower box, so where the APC is. Can we go free cam here for a second, possibly? Is that a possibility? Oh, it's okay. We still love you.
We're gonna have an Evan tutorial on the Immortals website probably someday, explaining to us how to do the boost onto APC.
We have players now, man. They do the tutorials.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, I mean, I had the Caster's Curse. I was talking about how Drone. Well, give me a credit. Give me some credit, because I said Drone holding hookah. He got killed towards Garden, and it was an element of surprise. But it's tough to try to get a curveball right into that cage if you think somebody's in there. Because of that audible cue from Mikael that went through, that's why they wanted to do it. But a boost to start things off, and we had almost a 360 jump, and then the second one is going to peek out to get the kill onto Wardell, and even a res on top of that. So that's actually a great pick that was done here on the attacker side of Gen.G to weaken out this B bomb site.
We are seeing that slowing down of the pace right now. The recon drone coming in, clearing out. A couple people have been spotted, most definitely, I assume. Let's see what goes. Oh, ulti in from drone as well. Here comes another curveball.
Oh.
Oh.
But at least it gives a chance here for Hayes by the tug. Oh no, but a showstopper stops two in their tracks rotating from the spawn side. But you still have drone still alive. Actually, he's the last man alive. It's on a 3 versus 1, stuck inside elbow, now stuck inside spawn with 4 HP. And that's going to be a curveball. He could always put a wall up to try to heal himself, but you could see from his positioning and that curveball that he's just looking to save.
Yeah, so we will see a 2-round spread now going the way of Gen.G. What a frag fest to actually take that bomb site. I felt like it was going back and forth, and then finally Gen.G was able to stabilize and actually come out on top there.
So we're going to have a 4th round coming in here for Gen.G, who, like I said, so far, the ways that they've been working towards this B bomb site was asserting a lot of aggression towards long B, right? There are lots of moments so far that they're using about 3 players to overtake B and really not have anybody except maybe 1 player that's working towards hookah. So I think that could be the weakness and the way to penetrate towards this B bomb site when you still have drone alive inside B, and they're utilizing that well. Now it all comes down to into this gun round. How do you adjust to that? Because they are working towards long B a lot. Sorry.
Mm. Okay, as we're moving in, 5 seconds left on the clock here. We are going to see Brimstone and Sova moving towards the A short area here. While the remainder of his teammates, looks like we're going to see Cypher actually soloing. Mikhail looking for that solo towards long B. And a double up hookah play coming up from TSM.
Yeah, that's right. And they spotted down towards that market side. They didn't really see much. So they decided to fall back, but still have 3 players towards this B bomb site. So it all comes down to Wardell going for a warning shot with that operator here from the spawn. And we're going to have some shock darts being thrown here, but that's not going to connect yet. So Broza preventing any pushes into you. And he's going to try to smoke it out to give a chance for his teammates to rotate. But they could still take TP over to B so far. And so Broza finally decides to peek out, just prevent them from doing that. Spraying across here, he's getting tagged himself down to 84, but still doesn't really have that much of backup close to him because we're also playing far back towards that heaven side. So you do have an op inside sight, and you do have the Cypher from Cutler playing towards heaven side. People are falling back at short A, but they're going all the way towards showers, where they still have a 3-man stack here for TSM.
This is going to be interesting here. Like you said, TSM's still 3 men over towards this A bomb site. We're seeing the build up towards bathroom. Ray's solo actually gets spotted now, so they know it's either alert. Nope, they know it's going to be A bomb site here.
Oh no, he runs through the cyber cage and he gets the triple kill. Looking for a full GP, finally stops him. He gets op down by Wardell. Last one, it's going to be an op battle. No, Cutler steals it away as Nguyen gets headshotted, and it's going to be 4-3 now. 1 point away from tying up the game as they were trailing behind by 2 is TSM.
Yeah, Gen.G have done a good job of building up some money right now in this moment, Alex, so they're going to be able to buy up in this round. However, it did look like TSM very confidently won that round. So if we're going to go ahead and look at them into this, if they're able to keep this up, Alex, I mean, we could see TSM start to pull away.
And they're going for a double op setup. So they picked up Nguyen's op inside the showers, and they're going to go for an aggressive peek towards the spawn, maybe? No, he's actually going to play close quarter. So tight angle here from Sabroza. He's done it before with a ghost on that pistol, so an operator is not so bad. Wallbang attempted here from Wardell, but they keep Phoenix inside. He could still go for a curveball to peek, but it's going to be some pink shells being thrown first from the Rays on the attacker side.
You're going to see that recon bolt actually just pick up a little bit of information here. That cam goes down. Actually able to tag Sova in that situation now, and it looks like Mikhail will keep this solo pressure up. He's got a little bit of support from Sova behind him. That's about it.
Walking back slowly, making some noise at least towards short A, are the first ones to go for pre-fired shots. But the spike is actually making his way there. So I'm wondering if you're using your Sova drone towards this B side, take teleporter as you attack towards A. It looks like it's going to be the case. So that's going to be the audible cue. Can Sabrosa hold it right now as he hears the teleporter? Hunter's Fury coming out as the spike has been planted. He's looking back towards that spawn side as GMD gets the first kill onto Cutler inside sight. Player 1 inside what I like to call Ninja, but we could also call it the Nook. And as it takes a teleporter, nobody went towards showers. So Sabrosa's in a tough position to try to retake with an operator. But at least Hayes and Drone are there. A res comes up at the same time. So we have a 5-on-5 retake. Smoke on the top of the spike as well. Orbital strike inside the cubby. Player waiting inside there. Actually, the orbital strike was on the spike. Now here comes the Hunter's Fury on the defender side. They managed to kill him, actually. And that's going to be tough. That's going to be it.
Yeah. It did look like the retake had a little bit of life to it, but really just not much happening there.
They didn't show themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really strong. The Brimstone ulti came in. You saw Hayes. When that Brimstone ulti came in, he said, okay, since I'm pushing this way, I'll get the wall up. But he didn't clear his left corner. PL1 able to take that easy kill in that moment. I mean, Gen.G doing work right now on their attacking side.
I love it. I love it.
Push
Shows maybe why this was the map they wanted to play. People more comfortable playing defender side, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
So having 5 rounds here on the attack, we definitely should see a third map if it continues this way. But Wardell looking for a tight angle from the garden side. Peeks out, goes for a collateral, drops a spike. He's traded out, but at least that's enough information given away. Phoenix, though, still holding inside hookah as Nguyen is trying to move up, and Drone does win that fight. Nguyen going for the wallbang headshot onto Hayes. So that is the stage down, and an ultimate forces them to get inside the teleporter. So Cutler has to come up huge here.
Yeah,
Cutler playing inside the side in the Nook. They think it's clear, and Cutler surprises them.
That was great repositioning from Cutler. They're realizing that he hears it, so if they do come bathroom, he can pop the cage. They're probably going to have to clear heaven, back sight, so he might be able to catch one off towards that short A cubby area, and yeah, that's pretty much what he does. Great job from Cutler.
This goes here.
Big shout out to Big Time Rocky trolling me about my comment about the Asian operators. Yeah, Sabrosa is still opping and he's not Asian.
All right. 5-4 is our scoreline, Alex, in favor of Gen.G now, and it will be TSM looking to tie this one up. Does look like the recon drone coming in towards hookah will be the first thing they're clearing. Does look like, I believe, Cypher has spotted it, but it's going to be Sage, actually, I think, to take it out.
Yeah, and I haven't actually even spotted Drone, who's in a great position if they're trying to assert dominance inside this garden area. And he's in a great spot as well to throw a curveball and go for that surprise attack. So Cyber Cage should come up first. They basically surrendered the orb towards B side, but as they're moving in, they're actually getting the entries as well. A self wall to come up, but cannot shoot through the one-way smoke. That means that Hayes is going to fall down, and unfortunately, the B site is now open, because meanwhile, Drone also got killed.
Yeah, I mean, essentially in that position, we saw a lot of individual fights. They had the crossfire set up, but when the execute essentially started coming out, that's when it kind of fell apart. And unfortunately, TSM not able to pick up that round. It will be Gen.G now, moving on to 6 here. Definitely a great display in comparison to what we saw on the previous map.
Yeah, now Wardell is just in a position to look for exit kills at this point. So Rosa unfortunately loses his fight inside spawn, so going to be very difficult right now. Everybody could focus on maybe trying to hunt down Wardell if they can. It's a jiggle peek to start things off, and Wardell unfortunately misses the shot. So this is going to be even tougher.
Oh, oh, he got him. He got him.
Man. Might I tell you guys that player 1 used to be a Quake player 2. So using those type of movements, CPMA style, I love it. You love to see those. Man, or bunny hops in CSGO, right? He's done that as well.
I miss Pink. I find bunny hopping in this to be so easy.
Yeah.
So easy. I miss Painkiller. I miss Painkiller.
Painkiller, eh?
Yeah.
CPL War 2 2005, I think, was when I was doing the CPL World Tour.
For Painkiller?
Casting Painkiller, yep.
Jonathan Fatality Wendell. All you young guys, look him up.
Xander Vu Cassiager. Cassiager? I forgot how to say his last name. He was the better Painkiller player, in my opinion.
It was wild.
Yeah. Sorry, let's get back into the action, though, of Valorant. This is what we're focusing on. So we have a lot of aggression once again towards B, but this time we don't have any firepower for TSM. So you do have Hayes with a Sheriff about to go head-to-head against Mikael, who did spot the side here of Sage. Now this recon arrow. Sage is going to try to slow them down for a bit as much as she can. And that's Hayes putting the Frost Orbs on the ground. Again, conceding the orb.
Oh, but his position gets given away. Does all that to get up into this spot. The wall's broken now. Brimstone ulti towards Hookah. But Wardell and Cutler making this very difficult for Gen.G.
Okay, so they didn't go for a full save. It's actually a forced buy that they have. A showstopper that's going to spot one in the back, and that's Cutler falling down. A res on top of that. So this forced buy has been nullified, but Hayes is going to try to run across. So he picks up the Spectre. The Spike has yet to give it planted. He's going to try to go for a surprise through the smoke. Gets the dink, unfortunately no kill, but Sabrosa is still alive. That's one kill. Spike now planted, won't bang by Effie's. And now, slowly but surely, Gen.G running away here with this first half. 7-4 with one more round to go.
Yeah, if they're able to pick up this 8th round, moving on to that defender side, it's going to look like we're taking to that 3rd map, Alex. It's looking like Gen.G is definitely coming out with force on this 2nd map, showing that, hey, you might have take the first one, but hey, it's already behind us. We're ready. We're here. Let's go to a 3rd, bud.
Yep.
Pick them
Well,
up.
not over yet here. They still have that fragging power to at least bring that fight. I think the big difference so far that I noticed from this matchup as well is that we don't really have a lot of breach because there's no breach at all from either roster. So when it comes down to go for flash points and trying to peek in, you really only have on TSM sides pretty much curveballs.
Yeah. That's the issue, right? I mean, when you're looking at both of them, though, that's kind of what they're both dealing with in this situation.
Yep. Well, now they're going to try to work back towards the A side. First one to fall early, though, was the Brimstone of player 1 on the attackers.
I love this aggression right here.
Yeah, they won't hear that orb being picked up either, so that's going to give a chance here as well for Sabrosa to get an orbital strike. So with such a low buy that they have, this is great for them to utilize this aggression, as you mentioned here, to get the orbs and to get that those ultimates up. Wardell trying to do some damage with the Hunter's Fury as he hears a lot of footsteps being called by Drone, possibly. No, Drone is still holding slowly, and so is GMD. So I think he was just going for a random shot towards that hookah in case he could hit somebody. But now GMD's position is finally given away, and they know it's coming towards B now. So this is going to be big. You see how passively that Brimstone is playing towards that spawn because he wants to make sure he stays alive. There's only 20 seconds left on the clock. So if he throws an orbital strike... Oh, okay, he uses this towards the spawn, but it works enough because Drone gets a double kill on top of that. And now there's only 10 seconds left. Neural strike coming on top, or neural theft, but it's not even needed. Sabrosa gets the last kill, and it's now 7-5 for Gen.G.
And that's what I was talking about, right? When you burn the clock down and players are forced now to take sites, Alex, that's when we get to see mistakes happen, right? That's when corners don't get checked. That's when the multi-kill rounds come to life. And that's exactly what happened there. The clock was burning. They had to get into that B site. Brimstone drops his orbital strike into Hookah, and they're forced into Drone's crosshair. Easy 2K for him.
So a good way here for TSM to claw back those rounds to make it, to give some sort of hope here as they take the attacker side. And they're hoping to at least make this into a closer game. At least I know the fans are of TSM. How many people in the chat here are going for TSM? And how many are actually going for Gen.G? I know you guys have those emotes. I want to see them in the chat so we can do a tally. Who's the underdog in this matchup?
You're asking chat to spam chat? That's going to be the easiest thing ever.
Yeah, but I want to see the emotes. That's what I want to see. Nonetheless, though, action has started. Sabrosa is the first one to look for some action and spots one inside the site. looking for that tap, and he's been good with that so far, and unfortunately does not connect into his Brimstone opponent, player 1. That was a curveball coming through that forces Mikael back inside hookah with his teammates, and they're going to reassess and fall back inside B. Meanwhile, the action does happen towards A, and finally it's going to be GMD, though, instead, that does get the kill as the raise onto his opponent. Sabrosa falls.
Yeah, that's a massive first kill. Now you're seeing the spread. The over-rotate to A, however, might actually bite the Gen.G side, as we're only seeing Sage. And with that being said, Alex, this is the opportunity for TSM to pounce.
Well, Cyber Cage and a wall on top of that, forcing them to fall back. They could always go back towards long if they want to, but they're going back and forth. They're like, oh crap, there's actually 25 seconds left on the clock. So they're going to go back, and they actually realize that the wall actually didn't cover anything, so they just surrounded it. And now Effys is holding through the Cyber Cage. Headshot onto Wardell. Crossfire setup. Frenzies are on fire so far for these people towards B, and it's a flawless round on their defense.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see. Just that delay, that simple delay from Sage, Alex, was enough to get the rotations into that B bomb site. With the clock where it was, TSM, again, forced to enter. What does that allow? It allows for players to capitalize on their positioning. You're going to see Effys pick up a very easy kill by that cage to start this off. And at the same time, now the rotations are coming in, and that creates just a simple crossfire.
I see a lot of TSMs here. I see a lot of TSMs in the chat. But we still see a lot of Gen.G fans, and Gen.G definitely proving it so far on this second half that they're here to fight. And it starts off with 1, 2, looking for the hat trick, and he connects. Looking for a fourth, fast enough, not fast enough. Drone stops him in his tracks, but finally immediately traded by Mikael, leaving only one person standing inside showers. Great job by Nguyen with that Marshall. And Wardell, only with the classic. What can you do with this? Probably nothing.
Maybe he finds one, Alex. Maybe. I love this spot, by the way.
He's going to hold it for a minute just to piss him off.
Yeah, why not?
No, but you're right. I mean, this is a good spot because at this point, you have 50 seconds left on the clock. People could get impatient. They could go for hunts. They could try to find him down. And then he uses the classic on a burst shot, a right click to get the kills, build up the orb, maybe even pick up a gun. So it's great for him to play it that way, and it's a great way to get under their skin.
All right, now he's got an impatient. Here we go. 9-5. As we move into guns here, Alex.
That's right. And again, it could still be what you like to call here, Evan, the throwaway round for Gen.G because they still have 2 Spectres and a Bulldog from the previous rounds. They might opt to save this one here because on to the next, you can see their money right now. 3 of them at 3K. They lose a round, they get 1,400 if the money gets reset. The round bonus gets reset. They'll be at 4,400, which is plenty enough to go for the full Vandal, Phantom, and full armor. So they've been doing well. Probably because they had 5 players alive as well on pistol to not have to buy as much into the first 2 rounds.
Smoke's down.
So they're not out of this yet right now if they win this round here for TSM. Because they're still going to have to fight another gun round. So they have to not lose that many players on their side. And I like that too. We'll talk about it in just a bit. But GMD is playing towards that U-Haul, and now it's traded off by Nguyen. With the Vandal, headshot onto Sabrosa, who's playing towards the back of the site. Pretty much towards that A cubby. Things are still very slow, though.
Oh!
Love it.
Yeah.
That Molly, or I think it was a hot hands even, forces him out of position, and Cutler's going to take him from the showers. But we have such a big flank coming right now from Mikael. Now the spike is going to get planted. Mikael is slowly walking here towards the showers, but Cutler is looking there. So it's going to be the fight, but he loses it. So player 1 is moving up towards heaven. It's a 3 versus 3 situation. As Mikael is moving out of the showers, his teammates moving forward for the heal as well. They break the wall, and it's going to be an all-out brawl right now for a crossfire from you and from short. Wall's going to come up for a defuse. Oh, you hate to see it. Wardell at least gets the first headshot. They're trying to break that wall. He's traded off. Mikael gets a double kill. Player 1 sticks on to the defuse, and that's going to be it.
Wow.
You just hate to see it, that when it's at the end of the round, that the Sage still has a wall.
Yeah, I mean, even then, just the way that retake went down, right? We were talking about not peeking, but right there, not peeking kind of bit TSM. It allowed Sage to put the wall up. It allowed the Molotovs, the nades to go down. It allowed the retake to really take life. And in that position, if they even had maybe one person jiggle peek, I think they would have caught at least one or two people with their nades or maybe an ability out in their hand.
Yeah. And now when you have that debate of people saying, oh, well, they nerf the Sage wall again, you could still see that as a fresh wall comes up, it still helps to get a lot of that diffuse through.
Speaking of Sage, Effie's will go down at the start of this round.
Yep.
Wardell quickly traded out, however, Alex. So we are into a 4-on-4, but look at this, right on the edge of hookah. Ready to go. But they don't have the spike. But they don't.
That's unfortunate. They're going to have to rely on Cutler to book it pretty much. As Mikael, though, gets the headshot onto Hayes from the back of the spawn. So now the spike's going to get picked up, and they might decide to fall back and work towards A because of that.
Seems like there might be a little bit of miscommunication right now between the TSM members about that spike, right? I think their idea was that they wanted to go in and burst on B, but then they realized just before they were about to execute that, hey, ooh, somebody forgot it. So now onto A we go. We see Marshall, or sorry, it's actually an operator here towards that heaven area, as Mikhail does take down Silvio.
Yeah, even a Cybercade tripwire. They could try to go for this plan right now.
Oh
no, he misses the recon dart. That sucks. So that gives him a chance to get a plant at least, and Drone actually manages to get the headshot Sheriff long range onto Nguyen. So that activates his ult. He gives it for information and spots them all rotating from the spawn side. So Cutler is going to watch it from the U-Haul. Drone's still alive right now, 35 HP. Trying to just waste as much time as he could. Just from behind, almost got a few kills, but then they both get dropped down, and that's it.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Drone had two people with their backs turned to him and just not able to capitalize on it. I think the Sheriff sometimes has a mind of its own. Alex? No. That was Drone missing. Don't give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's right. Because I think it was the satchel charge that threw him off, because they hit him for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, I mean, Gen.G making this very competitive. This BO3, I mean, if you guys are just tuning in, this is our second map of the series. TSM did take the first. Now Gen.G leading very confidently, Alex, as we move into the second. So, looks like we'll be seeing a third.
That's right, and I did ask for a blowout for the second map for Gen.G, and I think we're seeing it so far. Nothing seems to be working in terms of their aggression on the attacker side so far, and great ability is just being used by the defenders to hold them in their tracks. You see how much utility is being used towards that hookah side, where they're not able to get that far out into the hookah entrance, especially with Nguyen operating on the top of the tug, on top of the bomb site, into the hookah area. Now, once he utilizes his abilities, you have brimstone smokes coming down to cover up hookah as well. So they're doing a great job denying that area for TSM, where TSM have to walk into pretty much stacks towards A or stacks towards long B.
All right, let's look at how this one's going to develop. Remember, clock is winding down now. We're at 40 seconds here, Alex. No real exchanges have gone down. We've seen some abilities being used, and now we're going to look at, I mean, that execute portion. 30 seconds left. Can they get into A?
Well, Wardell does have the operator. He does have Hunter's Fury on top of that. We're trying to get the wall up. It's sort of there, but nobody was covering Hayes towards that U side, unfortunately. Now paint shells are being thrown as well from GMD, but does not connect. Player 1, meanwhile, does get the kill on his own and traded off. Sabrosa wins that fight. There's only 13 seconds left. Oh my god, they're running back into B, but they still have Effie's waiting there. And there he misses the shot. Cutler gets the headshot. Hunter's Fury coming through, and they're planting at the perfect spot. That is amazing. So they get this spike plant. It's a 3 versus 2. Neural theft to be thrown as well. So they spawn the last two towards spawn. Wardell connects onto Nguyen. And there goes Mikael, dropped down by Wardell.
Out.
Imagine if Effie's got that kill.
Oh my goodness. That was great. The audible gets called. You see the rotations. I was watching it on the radar, and I'm like, All right, it's going to come down right now to this guy in B. If he's able to even just pick up, if he can just kill the spike carrier,
That's right.
the round is good. And he's not able to pull it off. Very unfortunate round to lose there. Nonetheless, we are going to see TSM fighting another round here, Alex. Can they do it? Can they bring this one back?
Well, so far, I think at this the momentum that Gen.G has had, they should be fine. Oh, actually, they're on a broken buy. So they have Spectres, a Sheriff, and they're going for a 4-man push showers. But Color is waiting. And there comes that wide swing for the bait, and they managed to trade that out. Neuro Theft to spot them as well. Wardell unfortunately misses the shot. But he manages to get the nice headshot onto GMD.
Found them.
So that's going to give a chance right now for the attackers to move inside B and get the spike plant. And even clearing out the site before they plant. Smarter way to play.
Of course. It's an eco round. You know it's an eco round. Why lose a gun unnecessarily, right? Always just clear that site. Take the extra seconds you have it. Make sure the plant's going to go down properly. We are going to see a full retake coming into spawn here, Alex. But it's going to be drone to just put the nail in the coffin on this round.
They're still trying to peek it. Trying to do at least some econ damage versus their opponents because they're going to be able to buy next round no matter what, technically, from the way that I've seen that buy go. So Effie's is going to be the last man standing with the Spectre and stopped by Sabrosa. So 7-11 on the scoreboard. 4 rounds away to tie things up. 2 rounds needed for Gen.G to move this to the third map.
Got one down the street from me. Yeah.
They don't have those in Montreal.
Yeah, they're popping up in Toronto more.
Yeah.
They're not really. I mean, we got what, like Max Convenience.
Yeah, which is couche-tard in French for us in Montreal.
Pardon me?
Couche-tard, which
right.
basically literally means stay up late. Which I don't know how that translates into Max in Toronto, but
okay, it's the Red Owl, right?
Yeah, it's the Red Owl. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, we're gonna start things off here with Nguyen looking out towards that hookah. We're about to possibly get a peek from the market side, but it's very patient because it starts off with a curveball actually to force Effie's and his teammate Nguyen back inside hookah. But Nguyen still holds the angle where he could get a nice flick shot to cover up the hookah side. But you saw from that mini-map, they're trying to look for some position towards this A side, and you just have Drone trying to keep them honest with these curveballs inside hookah. So they're going to maintain that stack towards B. The thing is, though, the Sova Owl came out there from the defender side, so he looked all the way down, and he's like, I haven't seen anything. Are they trying to work towards A? Unfortunately, it didn't run long enough for them to know that it was working towards long B, so they have nobody rotated so far. So this is going to be huge right now. They're going to go for a pixel wall to try to get a plant. No, actually, it's going to be a full wall on the APC side to cover out the U shape instead.
Oh, huge.
For me.
GMD
so big. Oh my god. He gets a kill with paint shells on top of that as he dies. It's a little bit of a parting gift as player 1 gets the last kill. I do like that idea though, because I think from the way I saw that is they smoke to execute, cover up heaven, and then when Hayes actually placed the wall for the APC, they made the defenders think that the plant was actually happening towards the APC. That's why they were able to waste that orbital strike on the defender side, on the A side at that truck, so that they could plant at the double boxes. But little did they know that Rays just destroyed them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but little did they know it was the rocket launcher. Right?
Yeah. Oh, you hate to see those, but at least they get the res. And they kill him again. So now they're going to try to change the pace a little bit, pushing very aggressively as it's traded out. At least the healer is down for the defender side, forcing player 1 to fall back inside this B bomb site. Now he's looking for some action towards long C. A res comes back onto drone as well, as player 1 only has 4 HP, forced to hide back in the nook of B. Don't know how he still survived, but he did. Okay, information given away.
One down.
Oh, a wall bang onto Sabrosa. You hate to see it.
Oh no, but the rotation now. Mikhail thinks this is a fake. He doesn't see anything, but he thinks this is a fake. So that Molotov actually doesn't hit him in the corner. So we are
this is going to be huge.
On this one.
This is going to be huge. Oh, okay, never mind.
Bomb buddy out.
GMD with the boom bot, going for satchel charges in the front as well, trying to hold his ground as much as he could. As the players from the attacker set are still holding towards Hookah, though, they still have 30 seconds to be able to rotate if they wanted to, and it starts off with Cutler getting that information. So Cutler clears out A, puts a camera comes up at the same time that forces them to break it. Tripwire as well, and they know now that the plant is coming towards A, but they still have the lurker towards B. They're going to try to get that kill on to GMD if they could. The spike has been planted as Mikael has fallen down. Is that going to spot him? That spotted him. Yeah, that spotted him so that drone could get this, the wall bang.
He was trying to cut the LOS of it, but he just didn't get it in time. I think he was like just a pixel off.
Yeah.
And in that instance, Alex, if you saw how the teleporter was used, they sent one person through the teleporter. So what that did was it didn't cause all the rotations. They sent the bomb back the regular way.
Yep.
By sending one person through the teleporter, all that told Gen.G was, all right, they might be falling back. Maybe that guy went back to lurk. Who knows? Maybe that guy's faking, but the bomb was actually heading over.
Well, Gen.G fans, it is still map point right now for your team. As 4 is needed for TSM to tie things up to bring this into sudden death and close it into 2 maps in his best out of 3 grand finals. If not, we will see a third map to be determined, with the 2 maps remaining being Split and Ascent. And that's going to be a coin toss for that map. But now for this round here, it's going to be a curveball for the entries. Fabricate all ready to start. No walls really coming up, and it's going to be an empty site for now, as close range is going to be Drone getting that first kill onto Nguyen, gets healed on top of that. Should be an easy plant as the wall comes up. I think that was towards spawn. So player 1, though, on a rotation all the way from attacker spawn, gets the kill onto Cutler. But you could see them already falling back and looking to save their guns.
Yeah. So 9 rounds on the board for TSM here. Brimstone kind of watching his back. We're going to see some Brimstone on Brimstone action here momentarily, but does look like player 1 won't be catching anything.
Oh, as he runs away, though, I think that could be heard.
Might have been.
So, yeah, so I think Sabrosa is still going to try to move forward here. But you could see player 1 making his way all the way towards elbow. So they should be able to save their weapons now. So it wasn't hurt after all by Sabrosa, who looks all the way back towards spawn. Drone is looking for the kill all the way from defender spawn. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, it's going to be 12-9.
All right. Looking at the gun situation now, Gen.G, they can drop him by. They can drop him by, and I expect them to drop him by. But let's see if they do that.
They could drop for 1, definitely.
Let's see what they decide on.
I mean, at this point, you could drop a weapon. You lose that round. You might go for an eco. You save 1 or 2, and you play for the last round.
You can do
then
it.
It's okay as well.
Yeah,
so you have the rounds on to your advantage too.
Yeah, no need to rush it, right?
Yeah. So it just depends of how they really wanted to play it for them against their opponents as well. But I think buying that extra 4th gun could actually try to do a lot of econ damage if they could. But they decide not to go for that route. They decide to just build the economy instead.
That's interesting because I think I saw armor get bought. Can we get a tab hold down real quick?
Yeah, there was a small armor purchased by Nguyen.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Yeah, he just went for ghost small armor then. Or small shield.
So keeping the economy the same right now for the team. Joan looks like he had a hot hand set up. But it's very, very slow so far. Player 1 looking for some information to start. But he got late, or walled, I guess, at some point, and he's down to 16 HP, which forces right now for him to fall back and give his gun away. Because the Sage is all the way towards B. They're like, no, just stay there. We need to stack as much as we can. Maybe they're going to go back to go for the heal once they have to go for the retake, if player 1 stays alive long enough. But it starts off with a satchel out, and player 1, with that 16 HP, gets the kill on the drone. They have a chance right now to bring this to a 3rd map, and they will, as GMD gets 3 kills, and it's ended by a win. And that ends it 13-9 in favor of Gen.G. And that was a one-sided affair in terms of domination, in my opinion. at least for Gen.G.
Yeah, that was great. Gen.G came out, definitely dominated on that map. GMD, 22 frags to end it. Definitely played phenomenal on that second map. And we're going to a third, Alex. We're going to a
Yeah. And Drone, once again, to no surprise, top fragger for the team. Nothing